Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, That. How are you? I'm well, thank you. How are you, Dee Dee? I'm fantastic. That's great to hear. What are we learning about today? Well, today is our Black History segment, so we're going to learn about Lee Patrick Brown. Okay. So, Dee Dee, since it is Black History, would you mind just listening along while I tell everyone about our person we're going to discuss today? Not a problem. Thank you so much. Lee Patrick Brown, known as the father of community policing, became the first African American mayor of Houston, Texas in 1997. Brown was born to sharecropper parents, Andrew and Zelma Brown, in the town of Wewoka, Oklahoma in 1937. He received a BA in criminology from Fresno State University in California in 1960, and 4 years later earned an MA from San Jose State University in the same field. In 1970, he received a PhD in criminology from the University of California, Berkeley. Brown is a member of Sigma Phi Phi fraternity. Brown began working as a patrol officer for the San Jose Police Department during his college years. Then, in 1968, he took a teaching post at Portland State University in Oregon. In 1972, Brown was appointed Associate Director of the Institute for Urban Affairs and Research at Howard University in Washington, D.C., a job he held until 1975. Brown returned to Oregon and became a deputy sheriff for Multnomah County, Portland, Oregon for 2 years. By 1976, he was named the director of the Multnomah County Department of Justice. In 1978, Brown became the first African American commissioner of police for Atlanta, Georgia. 2 years into his tenure, he became nationally known as the leading law enforcement official involved in the infamous Atlanta child murders. 24 people went missing and were later found murdered. Racial tensions rose when many observers assumed the serial killer was white. Brown worked to calm racial tensions as the Atlanta police eventually arrested an African American man, Wayne B. Williams, who was tried and convicted for the murder of 2 of the victims. In 1982, Brown became the first African American chief of police for the city of Houston, Texas. He held that position until 1990, when New York Mayor David Dinkins invited him to run the police force in his city. Brown, the first African American police commissioner for the city of New York, led the largest police department in the nation. 3 years later, President Bill Clinton appointed Brown director of the White House Office of Drug Control Policy. He resigned the position in 1995 and returned to Houston to teach at Rice University. 2 years later, on December 6, 1997, Lee P. Brown was elected the first African American mayor of Houston. He served 3 two-year terms until stepping down in 2004. Brown is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Unlike many of his peers in law enforcement, Brown urged the adoption of crime prevention techniques and community investment in education to impede the growth of crime. Particularly argued the urban public schools to adopt programs with preteens which urged prevention of drug use. He called on police departments to deploy officers to foot patrols and encouraged the visible police presence in high crime areas and positive public interactions with the community to build support for legitimate policing efforts. These methods came to collectively be called community policing. Thank you to blackfacts.com, blackpast.org, Wikipedia, The History Makers, Rice University, National Archives, and Harvard Business Review for this very vital information. Thank you for watching, and you have a fantastic day. And if you didn't know, now you know. You take care.